Assalamualaikum Dr. Azrin and welcome to our presentation on the group project for MTG 555 Business Analytics. My name is Nur Shazwana Azrina. Our team has worked together to apply analytical techniques for the questions given. Each of us will take you through different sections of the project. So let's get started and dive into the analytics journey we embark on. For the question number 1, Mr. Rose has asked you to do some preliminary analysis of data in Lawn Innovator database. You need to count the number of values in the Mower test data. I will present how it will works using the formula in Excel. For the question number 1, I just use this formula which is countif, and then I will put a bracket and I have selected all the data range for the table and I include field because we want to know the failure, and I get the answer that have 54 failure in the data range provided. Okay, jump to the question number 2. Ms. Rose has provided with prices of Lawn Innovator product for the past 5 years, as we can see at the table. From the year 2015 until 2019, price for mower price and tractor price are given. She wants you to create a new worksheet in the database to compute gross revenues by month and region, as well as worldwide totals. So I will do the worldwide totals for the tables. For each product using the data in mower unit sales and tractor unit sales, I have to section 2A and 2B, and we will look to the next slides. Okay, for the question 2A, which is for mower unit sales, I take the table data range given from the questions. In the Excel, I split it into columns, 2 columns, which is original data set, and also another one is for my answer. For the answer, I just, example, I want to take NA total. I will times the NA data set given with the mower price, and I will get the NA answer. And the conclusion, all the conclusion, I will sum up until we get total by month and total by year for each NA, SA, Europe, Pacific, China, and also world data. Okay, for the questions to be, it's about tractor unit sales. I just use the same formula with the 2A questions, and that's all for the question number 2B.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anya Jaria binti Abdul Hadi. I will present the question for the number 3. The question number 3 is asked to construct appropriate chart for the data in the following worksheets and summarize our conclusion from analysis of the charts, which is dealer satisfaction and user satisfaction, complaints, mower unit sale, and one-time delivery. Firstly, let's take a look at the data on dealer satisfaction. It has a survey scale starting from 0 to 5 scale of dealer satisfaction in North America, South America, Europe, Pacific Rim, and China. We can also see the different sample size for each country for 2015-2019. Next, to transfer the database to a chart, we use recommended chart and choose a clustered column in Microsoft Excel to see differences for each country. Based on the chart, it shows that each country increased dealer satisfaction from 2015 until 2019. Besides the higher sample size in North America in 2019, which is 125 sample size, and the lower sample size of dealer satisfaction is from China in 2015, which is 1. Now let's move to the end user satisfaction database for each country. Analysis and user data show that North America, South America, Europe, and the Pacific Rim remain high with most rating of 4 and 5, indicating strong approval and market confidence. Satisfaction improved over time, especially in North and South America, with a steady rise in highly satisfied users. Europe also showed a positive trend. However, China had lower satisfaction level with more moderate rating 2 and 3, highlighting the need for improvements in product, service, or user engagement to meet regional expectations. Then, based on the chart, I would like to make a comparison on a scale of 5 for the year 2019, North America, South America, Europe, Pacific Rim, and China. We can see that on a scale of 5 in the year 2019, the Americas country is the highest and is almost half of the sample size, which is 100 users. Let's move to complaints data. We can see from 2015 to 2019, customer satisfaction increased in most regions. North America total grew from 1,419 to 1,743. South America from 175 to 393, and Europe from 794 to 1,000 47, showing steady improvement. The Pacific Rim also saw growth from 51 to 130. However, China remained much lower, starting at 46 in 2017 and rising to 82 in 2019, indicating that certification levels were still quite low compared to other regions. After that, from our unit say we can see from 2015 to 2019, certification total increase in most regions. North America total went up from 90,500 to 91,850. South America from 2,930 to 3,870, and the Pacific Rim from 1,490 to 2,600. Europe's total decreased from 50,600 to 11,610. China had no data until 2019, which year reached 113. Overall certification group in most regions except for Europe, which has a decline. Then lastly, the number of deliveries and on-time deliveries for 2015 until 2019. We can see over the years both total deliveries and on-time deliveries show steady growth. The number of delivery increased from 14,154 in 2015 to 17,010 in 2019, while on the time deliveries grew from 30,942 to 16,851 in the same period. This indicates continuous improvement in both overall delivery volume and timeliness. That's all from me. Thank you. For question number 4, we need to provide statistical information by representing a descriptive statistical summary for the 2014 customer survey data. Before we move to the next slide, we need to know what is a descriptive statistical data. A descriptive statistical data is a data analysis tool that provides a summary of numerical statistical measures of central tendency, distribution, and shape for a sample data but not a population. First of all, if you to make a descriptive statistic data, you need to know how to use an Excel. To make it easier, the first step is on the Excel Ribbon Data tab. In Analysis group, click the Data Analysis. Then all you need to do is select Descriptive Statistics and then click OK. Select the respective data range. In my case, I will click Quality, Ease of Use, Price, Service, and highlight all of the numbers until below. Okay. Then for group by, you need to click columns and then click labels in the first row. And new sheet apply with the confidence level for mean 95%, and then take summary statistic. And then all you need to do is click OK. Here we go, the descriptive statistical data. Thank you. Quality stands out as the most highly rated aspect with the mean score of 4.395. Customers generally perceive the product or service as high quality, with many giving it the highest possible rating. However, there is some variation in responses as indicated by the standard deviation of 0.76. Despite this, the distribution of rating is skewed positively, showing that most customers are highly satisfied. Quality is clearly a key strength of the product or service. Ease of use is also well received with a mean score of 4.165. While it is slightly lower than quality, it still suggests that most users find the product relatively easy to use. There is slightly more variation in responses, standard deviation of 0.78, indicating that some users may have faced usability issues. The distribution remains positively skewed, suggesting that most people find it user-friendly. Thus, there is room for improvement in design or instructions. Price received the lowest satisfaction rating with a mean score of 3.67. While some customers find the pricing acceptable, there is significant variation in opinions, as reflected by the high standard deviation of 1.07. The skewness of negative 0.74 indicates a slight tendency towards higher ratings, but the distribution is relatively flat, meaning opinions on pricing are spread out. This suggests that while some customers feel the price is justified, others consider it too high. To address this, companies may need to review pricing strategy or offer more value. Service is generally perceived positively with a mean score of 4.14. Most ratings are within the good range, but there is moderate variation in customer experience, as shown by a standard deviation of 0.89. The skewness of negative 1.13 suggests that the majority of customers are happy with the service, though there are inconsistencies that could be addressed to improve the overall experience. In conclusion, while the product or service excels in quality, there is room for improvement in areas such as pricing, usability, and service consistency. Addressing these areas could lead to an even better customer experience. Thank you. That's all for me.
Assalamualaikum. I'm Nurdin Amira binti Abdul Aziz. Student number is 2022437378. Next question number 5 is, besides, Ms. Rose also identifies some additional questions and wants to you provide the answer. Number 1 is, there are significant differences in rating of specific products or service attributes in the 2014 customer service data. Second one, have the data in the worksheets defects after delivery changed significantly over the past 5 years? The answer for the number 1 is, we are using ANOVA single factor, whereas the quality is of use, price, and the services account in the summary. To get the p-value approach from the table, you can see the F statistic value is that, and the p-value is that, which is less than the level of significance of 0.05. Therefore, we have to reject the null hypothesis and can conclude that there is significant difference in the in ratings of specific products of service attributes in the 2014 customer survey data. To get a critical value approach, as you can see, the F statistic value is 69007, and the critical F value is 2.616, whereby the F statistic value is greater than the F value. Hence, we reject the null hypothesis. For the next solution in the question number 5, we are still using the ANOVA single factor, and that's the table provided for the questions. And for that, we can conclude to get the p-value approach from the table, the F statistic value is that much, and the p-value is that much, which is less than the level of significance 0.05. As a result, we need to reject the null hypothesis and conclude that the missed defects after delivery are not the same over the past 5 years. And to get the critical value approach, using this approach, you can see the value F is that much and the critical F value is that much, which the F statistic value is more than F value. Consequently, we reject the null hypothesis. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nur Azimatul Naila binti Mazani. My number student is 202222654321. And I will answer about question 6. Mrs. Ross had a meeting with Allow Innovators Human Resource Director, and they discovered a concern about the high rate of turnover in its field service staff. They try to identify the characteristics of individuals that lead to better retention. Thus, they agree to conduct a statistical study to determine the effect of the variable of years education, college GPA, and age when higher on retention. A sample of 40 field service engineers hired 10 years ago was selected to determine the influence of this variable on how long each individual stayed with the company. Ms. Rose wants you to use the regression analysis to assess her evaluating the data of employer retention. This question, I use formula regression from data analysis. For X, I will select data year of hire, and for Y, I will select data from years of education, college GPA, and age. After that, I will click OK, and the data will appear in the table that I screenshot from the Excel. For this question, I have four analysis. Firstly is regression model. For regression model, the calculation is we will calculate for year PLE within negative 2.737 minus 0.065 of this is years of education plus 0.680 college GPA plus 0.292 is age, and we will get minus 1.6985. Secondly is R square. R square is approximately 15% of variation in year PLE is explained by years of education, college GPA, and age. This result we can see at table statistical regression. Thirdly is F-test. F-test we can see the result at table of F significant F. Our result get 0.11, which is greater than significant level is 0.05. The null hypothesis is failed to reject at least one slope in statistical different from zero. Fourthly is regression coefficient. At table we can see for this we can see the result at table coefficient. For years education is do not reject null. Scholars GPA is also do not reject null, and X is reject null. Lastly is analysis confidence interval. The result we can say at table for upper and lower 95%. For years education, mean of the population years of education is between the upper bound and lower bound. For college GPA 2, mean of the population's college GPA is between the upper bound and lower bound. And the lastly is mean of the population A is between the upper bound and lower bound. And that's all from me, and thank you. Assalamualaikum.